Welcome to the jewel in the crown of the World Rugby 7 Series here in Hong Kong. Can you think of many better backdrops than we've got there, KT?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, Hong Kong has a special place, doesn't it? I know you played there, I've played there, it's something different.
Played there, MVP there, you've absolutely graced the turf, mate, tore it up.
Yeah, well, I did pay a bit of money to them.
Fair enough. Well, I'll just say it's actually great to have you here, because in a week that you missed, HSBC Canada Sevens was absolutely outstanding. For a man who has been calling out a performance for the French all series long, you go and miss it, mate. Where were you?
There might be a thing though, they might not let me go anymore, they keep going like that, but how cool was that for them to make the final? Finally they come good. I know you were stoked.
I was stoked, mate. We actually rewind the footage, go back to Hamilton, and we got a clip of you calling him out. You want to see him, and they rock up.
The French team. I want the French team to finally turn up somewhere. One tournament, they've got to turn up. One tournament, they've got to turn up. One tournament, they've got to turn up. The thing is, though, can they back it up? In Hong Kong, they've got a very different squad, so a lot of teams have here in Hong Kong, so I'm going to do it again. Get up the French.
He's gone for the French again twice, but this is going to be some accolade, isn't it? And speaking of the second time, another person you missed out on, you've ticked your Marvel box, getting Thor last year. Jason Momoa, a chance for DC Comics.
I know.
Aquaman, where were you again?
I know. And then he had the, he had the New Zealand shirt on, Zinzan Brook, apparently. So his jersey. So I was broken. I was absolutely broken. I would have actually asked him for a photo. I'm not ashamed of saying that.
And ask him how much he benches probably as well.
Yeah, probably. I would have asked him. He's a monster.
And he loved that HSBC hot seat, didn't he? Jumping on top, he was absolutely pumped for it. Although, wearing the all-black shirt, didn't do too well. Lost to Spain for the first time ever.
I think he was the hoodoo, I'll be honest with you. But I mean, to be fair, like I'm not shocked. The Spanish team are very good, and I think that just shows now how competitive the men's series is. Anyone can beat anyone on their day if not on point, as you know.
Yeah, well, looking back at HSBC Canada Sevens, that was pretty epic. This week coming up, Cathay Pacific, HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. Who are you looking out for?
Go the French! Vive la France! We'll do it again, they can back it up. But I mean, Hong Kong, you know as well as I do, I mean, it brings something special out in teams and you have to actually put a lot more into it,
Yeah, and certainly Fiji looking pretty strong, going for their fifth title in a row. That's a pretty staggering thing to be able to say.
Not many nations have done that ever, and you got to think though, like they'll go pretty good again. And one guy I think is going to be the one to watch is Tui Mamba.
Emanasi Tui Mamba, superstar in the making.
Tui Mamba! A star is born! Striding away! Well, this kid's been brilliant all weekend!
Oh, the defender's brilliant. Emanasi Tui Mamba.
Tui Mamba, one man to watch for the series to come.
Get out of my way! What a play, Tui Mamba!
Well, what a standout Tui Mamba has been. One of the rookies of the year for sure, along with some other big contenders for that accolade.
Yeah, Scott Gregory's going good for NZ. I mean, the Muir's going good for England as well. And he got good raps on that young man.
Yeah, the Hoss, as he's known, gliding in. He's getting some tries in his tally, and he's looking really strong, Will Muir.
What is it? What
they call him the horse.
Oh, is that because of his long face?
Long face. He's a stubborn northerner, and his big teeth. Yeah.
So we go from the top rookies to some legends.
Absolute legends of the game, big names. Bryan O'Driscoll, got Bryan Habana, George Gregan, and some big bogan Aussie asking him a few questions. Over to you, you big rig.
Oh, thank you very much, Roger. Yeah, I am with three of the best in the business. George Gregan, here we are, Hong Kong. Tell me about your experiences here in the Vortex.
Yeah, it's a great place. Here we are again. Good to see Bryan. We're going to bring him up to speed.
I like that we've got South African Bryan and Irish Bryan.
Yeah, it's a double Bs.
It's a nice touch.
It's a nice touch.
But we're on the Dragon.
We're on the Dragon, the Hong Kong Dragon. We know about it. Trico, you know all about it. It can take you on a nice little ride and you just take it nice and easy, but at the same time, Game of Thrones is about to start. It can scorch as well, so you just got to time your moments. But it's a great energy. We kicked it off last night with the Dottie Weir Foundation dinner, and everyone from everywhere in rugby was there and celebrated what was obviously a humbling experience, what's happening with Dottie, but raised a huge amount of money to help with the research and ongoing.
You've played here as well in Hong Kong?
Yeah, played here many moons ago. I think they had VHS tapes or beta tapes. It was a long time ago. Very grainy. So it was 1994 was the first year that this Hong Kong stadium was played at. So young Jonah Lomu and the likes.
Did you get caught in any rucks?
No rucks in sevens. It was great. It was perfect. There was no rucks.
You started head-to-head though.
There was no counter rucking like they do now. Yeah, a little bit of afro. It was sort of like flat top afro.
So because you're the master here, let's let the apprentice go through some of the key messaging around the week, talking grassroots and sustainability and multi-level things and stuff of that nature, Bryan.
Well, I think first of all, Virgin experience. I think you're very careful as how this Virgin experience goes. So I've had some good mentorship. I got Bryan over in Dubai. He gave me the George Gregan advice to get in the first flight out, so I made sure that flight was booked. But I think for this week in particular, seeing the growth of the game on various different levels has been fantastic. As roles as HSBC ambassadors for this week, seeing 30,000 kids take up the Try Rugby program over the last 2 years. Again, the different levels of growing the game, seeing the women's growth over the game, growing in the women's format over the last while. Hong Kong tournament's become synonymous with rugby sevens over the last 30 years. So I'm looking forward to it.
Who's going to win this weekend?
I always say it, and they're going for 5 on the bounce. Fiji, this is the one which means so much to them. When I arrived yesterday, saw all the Fijian supporters. There's going to be a lot of life, a lot of energy, and they lift. They're going to be hard to beat. New Zealand's been really consistent over the last 12 months, and they'll be in the mix. But I just think Fiji again. I can see them getting 5 on the bounce.
You guys on the same wavelength?
I always like going left field, and I've obviously had no success for the 5 years that I've been here, so maybe I should break that mold. But I'm not going Fiji. I think I'm going to go with New Zealand. Been pretty impressive in a couple of finals. Obviously won the World Cup in San Fran in July, so kind of sense that they're back after a couple of years of being not themselves. So I'm going to go with them.
Disappointed of Vancouver, I'm going to go USA to hit the strings firing and put their stake down as the number 1 7 side in the world.
You do appreciate that South Africa are the defending series champions, and that's the team you used to play with. You can give them a shout. They've got some good players in there.
I didn't call them in Vancouver, and they went on to win.
Actually, then don't call them.
I'm not going to call them. I'm not going to call them. I'm going to go. I did USA. I did USA in Vancouver as well, and worked out from a South African perspective. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to stick to my guns. USA. Karl and Isles to hopefully score some scorchers over the course of the weekend.
Right, I love what you guys are doing with HSBC. It's going to be a hell of a week. Right now, guys, I'm going to take these 3 for a daytime spin in LKF. Catch you on the other side.
Oh, Maloney, average. Once again, just average.
You get 3 absolute legends of rugby, and he doesn't even dress up for the occasion.
Standard.
Well,
Standard.
He's bogan.
Yeah. Get some soap in your champ. Anyway, we'll go look forward to this weekend. Qualification, not only for the Olympics, but to get on the series, going to be huge.
It's going to be massive, and we'll talk about the Olympic qualification first. Top 3 looking pretty settled. That 4th spot still really is hardly contested. Both England and South Africa want to go head-to-head, try and get those points upon each other.
Are you right? Do I need to give you a hug with England? Like Team GB?
Yeah, well, mate, tell you what, if they don't hit top 4 spot, that is going to be a can of worms. Europe, hotly contested on the level underneath it, so they're absolutely determined to get that qualification. It's going to mean there's some pretty tasty games this weekend.
Qualification for the series to go this weekend. I mean, Germany missed out last year in the final. Japan got there. Russia got a good team. Ireland as well. I mean, that's going to be a big comp.
Yeah, the men are looking pretty hot, aren't they? It's going to be so good to watch. We've seen drama unfold the last 3 or 4 years. Really was last minute stuff, over the line heartbreak for the men. The women also looking for a shot now. In the back of the announcement, just the recent weeks, 8 legs, 6 joint legs. It is a golden ticket of the Willy Wonka proportions.
Hey, Oompa Loompa. Willy Wonkas, mate. Hey, love that. What else we got going on?
There'll be a few Oompa Loompas in the crowd, I'm sure, that's it. But if you want to take part in that, and if you can't get down to the stadium itself, just hop across the road, the England Recreation Lounge. That's where it's at. The HSBC Sevens Village has got something for every single age. Try rugby for the kids.
Yep.
Every single game is going to be streamed live. It is going to be a festival of action, so make yourself there.
I'm available. Got some tickets?
Hey, just across the road, mate. We'll go and chill out there as well.
There is. All right, let's get out of here, eh?
Yeah, we'll check out that action and everything else coming your way this weekend. HSBC World Sevens Series. Get it online at World Rugby Sevens. It's going to be pretty epic.